everyone, good morning. My name is David Sembe. These are the product lines that we have. As you can see, we just try to consider the attack vectors because we cannot protect every side of the cybersecurity, but we just try to protect as much as we can. That's the reason why we chose to protect the network level and also the email, because email, just previously, the keyword tech eloquently presented very well that it's one of the reasons why the many organizations are penetrated, because email is the number one reason why the malware ransomware can penetrate the system. So that's why we provide the email protection. And also we can integrate the whole system. And especially, so we also specialize in EDR, endpoint detection response. I know that in many organizations in Indonesia, you have a Windows Defender which is built in your system, but unfortunately it's not enough. So we try to protect the endpoint by using the AI machine learning powered EDR, endpoint detection response. The reason is because you know that many signature-based products, they mainly focus on detecting the known and already known malware ransomware. But you know that the variant malware and new malware actually is the one more dangerous. That's why we try to focus on not only signature, but also the blacklist. But at the same time, we try to focus on the behavior of the files because we don't know whether these files are suspicious or not. In that case, we need to check whether this is a behavior is consistent with the data of the malware ransomware. That's why we try to focus on the behavior, rather than just the database malware ransomware. I know that there are so many products that when you try to choose that, I know this gets very confusing because sometimes too much choices actually leads to the risk of judgment. I would like to highlight one of the functions that we have, which is RGB-based analysis. We have a patent for that. We have like any suspicious files penetrating the system. First, we conduct the blacklist screening and also the antivirus database screening. We also conduct the static analysis. But static analysis also has a limitation because usually it also still relies on the already pre-registered behavior information of the malware ransomware. So what we have here is that we convert any executable files coming into the system, then we convert them into the RGB. RGB stands for red, green, blue, and channel, the image files. So what we can do with this one, without executing the executable files, we can analyze the converted image file, which is also actually the suspicious putable executable files. So by analyzing these image files, then we can see whether this image is actually the malicious or not. So what is unique about this is that when you have, let's say, a virtual machine, but if you have a dynamic analysis or virtual machine, it actually consumes a lot of resources and also it takes some time, even though it doesn't take more than like 1 minute. So if you have a misstep analysis, as I said, also is a limitation. But if you have this RGB analysis powered by AI and machine learning that we have patented, then whatever portable executable files come into your system, we can convert all the PEC files into the executable files, all into the image files, and we analyze this file without the executable files, which can be very efficient because you don't have to send it to the virtual machine. You can just find out whether it's a malicious or not. Mainly what we do is that, as I said, we try to protect the endpoint as much as we can. So if you think about the Tenet Data Center 2 ransomware attack last year, that happened in June 20th. The one reason why it was penetrated is because they were defended by Windows Defender only, and it was a free version. And also some people point out that the admin's password was too easy. But actually, it's not only that, because it's also if you look at the overall organization of the defense, then you have to think about how you're going to adopt the multi-layer defenses. So one of the parts that we try to do is that how we can expedite the analysis as fast as we can and also as efficient as we can. So my suggestion to protect the organizations in Indonesia is that not just adopt firewall or antivirus. And also next generation antivirus is good and EPP is good, but I strongly suggest that you try to have more layers like the EDR and ransom zero that I presented today. So what we provide is that we try to provide a similarity detection and also the machine learning, because whenever you have a data and you have more breaches data, then you will know that you can defend yourself better. So this is what we try to provide. Especially what we can do is that, you know that none of the products in the market actually perfect. And none of the products are 100% accurate. That's why we try to approximate the accuracy, especially the enhanced accuracy. So in our case, so far we have conducted a lot of tests and we have achieved 98.6%, but even 1% we miss, then that'll be the end of our system. That's why I think it's important that we assume that we already have breached. And actually this is our starting point, that we already assume that all the organizations are already breached. So if you can defend yourself against all the malware ransomware in advance, that would be great. But what if you're already penetrated but you just don't realize that? So what's important is that we try to detect what's already inside your system by using our products, detecting the lateral movement, and so that we can detect what's already inside your system, not just big things that we might be penetrated in the future. Just things that you are already penetrating, and inside your system you already have a malware ransomware. They are just dormant, and how you're going to detect them as early as you can, and that's where we can help you. Thank you so much. Terima kasih banyak. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, the representative.